Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I hope you all had a very good Halloween. If you went trick-or-treating or had a party or did anything special, I hope it was good. Right, today more KSCRAFT, and we are going to be doing the Christmas gifts or packages. These packages can be used any time of the year, not just Christmas, so it all depends on the kind of cardstock or printed paper you choose to use. This makes up 8, and I have made 8, and I'm using a digital pack today, and it is American Crafts, and it is Sugar Plum Wishes, and that is what I've used. That's available on, I think it's acdigital.com. Don't quote me on that, just Google it. Yeah. And I've also used some archival ink in leaf green, and this is the Wendy Vecchi version. Now, I've told you before about the little minis. I quite like them. I like the size. They're easy to store, and they seem to be juicier than the bigger pads. So, you know, and it's a great size if you want to just test out a colour, but also, you know, archival ink, you get the Tim Holtz version, you get the Wendy Vecchi version, I think there's a Diane Reevely version, and then the Ranger. I don't know if I said that. There's so many versions, but what I do is I just pick colours that I like or colours that I don't have yet, and I get them when they're on sale, because each of those designers has sales at different times, so that's a great way to collect them. But I have used leaf green. Right, let's start off with the base of the card, and it's white. It's just a white square. It's my kissy frame, and here we start going into Sugar Plum Wishes. So we've got that lovely plaid, and I hope my camera's not playing up today. So there you go, you've got gorgeous colour selection in there. So first of all, I'm going to glue that down. What are you all going to be up to this weekend? I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do. Sometimes I just feel like I need a rest, you know. a nice bit of film noir, an old black and white movie or something. That's what I might do, because I did such a lot of gardening. I wore myself out. And oh, and I will warn you now that I might be missing on, I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. I've got to look back in my appointment book. I've got an appointment at the hospital, so I might be missing one of the days next week. So you know where I am if I'm not there. If I'm not here, yeah, right. I'm not there most of the time. And then the next one, I've used a piece of ephemera from that pack and just printed it onto white. And then using that colour ink that I just shared with you, there it is, and one of the stamps from the snowman set from KSCRAFT that we used yesterday, and I just stamped Winter Wishes, and I just thought that green went with it all, so I was quite happy with the way that turned out. And that is going to go down onto there. Now, I don't know whether I want to pop it up on foam or not, and you know what, I think I'm going to stick it on foam. I'm just going to cap my glue off, and I'm in search of a new glue dispenser. Yes, I am, and I find a good one, I'll let you know. My throat is really croaky at the moment. I'd like to blame it on pollen, but I haven't got any flowers. So that would be a waste of time. But it's probably just the weather. I'll tell you one of the things I might do actually. I've got this big kind of subdued LED rope lighting. I might throw a few canes into one of my large plant pots and make a Christmas tree shape and just stick it in the middle of my orchard, because I do like to go and sit out there at night, because I've got all of those like twinkling, what do they call them, firefly type lights in the trees, and it can get really pretty. And it's cooler as well this time of the year, so it's quite nice to sit outside. As long as you're not getting bitten by mosquitoes, yeah. But I understand here in Florida they've just released a bunch of genetically modified mosquitoes that aren't supposed to bite you or something. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Right, so I've got that, and peel the backs off. And then I'm going to show you the little gifts that I've made. You get to do 8 different ones, but you know, you can move the ribbons and bows around and you can change that up if you want to. Right, I'm just going to pick this up so that I can see that I'm in the middle. And if I'm not in the middle, you'll have to forgive me. But I'm doing my best to get there. I think I'm in the centre. Yeah. So there we have super easy layers. That stamp just goes perfectly with that piece of ephemera. Do you know what I mean? It's all cartoony, and I've sent the camera blurred now. Cartoony and rounded, just like the little bow on top. And I chose this tree because the packages have some bows just like that one. So I thought that would just tie in nicely. Right, so here come the packages. So there's the first one, and that's using, you can see it's the same colours. It's the same pack again. So these are the ones that you get. And as I said, you can add ribbons on the front if you want to, that come with this set. I could have put an extra bow on top of there. I do like these ones that kind of lean on their side. You can have them, you know, sort of stacked up or whatever, but they're slightly 3-dimensional looking. And now that I've got these, of course, the idea is that my gifts are going under the tree. So I'm just thinking about how I want them, because I want them coming off the card, which means the base of some of them are going to need some foam. So what I intend to do is build a cluster. So I don't want to totally bury that tree. I want people to know that there's a tree there. Yes, I do. And you don't have to use all of them, she says. Although using all of them is quite nice. And so far, I kind of like that configuration. Yeah. I'm thinking I do like that configuration, which means now I've got to build a cluster. And to do that, just take your glue, keep everything where you want it. If it moves around a little bit, it doesn't matter. And then just take your glue bottle underneath and put some glue down. Just get it where you want it. And then I'm going to go in this area, and I will straighten that up. And if it moves again, I'll just straighten it up again. And then, as I said, I wanted it off the edge, but I kind of want it, I think, within that border. So I'm just looking. So now I need to pop a little bit of glue onto this edge here, and then I'm going to slide that one under. It's quite nice making clusters. And then this one is going to be like the bridge between these two, so I'm going to straighten that up. See how that's coming off the edge? So this one needs a little bit of glue just down the sides. Remember, you're sticking the elements, you're not sticking it down onto your card yet. I'm just going to pop that like that. Your packages don't have to be straight. I'm going to go a little bit onto there. I'm going to go right there. And then I've got another square which I can tuck underneath. And then I've got a leaning package. I quite like that leaning package. And I'm wondering if it can go here, leaning off of that one, and with just a little bit of that one popping out. Yeah, I'm going to go like that. So even though I put a bow on there, it doesn't bother me. I'm just going to go right there. I'm going to line those two up together, and then I'm going to go there. Yeah, that'll do me. Just dot my glue around and pop it onto there. So now you can see we've got all of those stacked up. Now I know I want them down at the bottom edge there, and that is all one solid cluster now. And I'm going to be able to peel those off and go behind with my foam. And that should add a nice little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to pick that up. See, we've got a whole piece now. Isn't that great? And just go behind with your foam. Make sure you've got no foam hanging out where it shouldn't be. So if we look along, it's quite solid along this piece. So I'm going to go right there. And then I'm going to put a bit here. And a bit across the top. I'm wondering if that's going to hide it. No, I'm going to go in there. I want another little piece there as well. And so what we've created is a three-dimensional element. You know, you can make bunches of these and just store them away and use them when you want to. So easy to do. But now you just bring in what was easy to begin with, and we're just going to peel the backs off. And we're going to put it exactly where I said, with just those down at the bottom of that plaid border. So everything is nice and sticky. So now I'm going to go down. I'm going to measure it up. I'm going to go right there. Now if you've got any bits that are hanging off, just do that and you get a lovely curvature. Just hold them for a few seconds to make sure your foam has made good contact with that plaid. And I think the last thing I'm going to add onto there is one of my gold hearts, because I've had them for years and I keep telling you I've got so many, I just have to use them. And kind of like the idea of just having one. Maybe there. Maybe I'll go there, and then I'll use one of my little ones. And you watch, when it comes to Valentine's Day, I'll be looking for hearts, and I'll have none left because I used them all at Christmas. And I'm going to go there. So I hope my camera's not playing up. There we go. So we've got winter wishes, and actually I don't know if that's going to lift up, but I'm going to do it really gently. There. I want more space. It's all in the eyes, isn't it? Yeah. So we've got our winter wishes, we've got a tree in the background, and then we've got our gifts all stacked up. And you can see that there's a very slight curve to the way they've gone down, because I've squished them down by their foam, and it's just a great little element. Love that. Right, have an absolutely awesome weekend. I truly do mean that. As usual, all links below, and I'll be up on Monday. Bye.